What's up? Finally, I'll be doing my Johto team, my Silver team, my Gen 2 team. Okay, that's getting old. Anyways, if you have been living under a rock your whole life, and I mean living under a rock the whole time, I have friends who don't know about Pokemon, and seriously, what's wrong with y'all? Where are you guys that you don't know what Pokemon is? Pokemon, for those who don't know, is a video game series and show, if you want to bring that up, is about a 12-year-old kid going with his new earned pet to battle other people's pets that are named Pokemon, short for Pocket Monster. Cool, isn't it? And you play as that kid to go to the top and to be the best of the best. That's it. It's still fun though. I'm excited to show you guys my Johto team. I already made some content on them, cause hello, I love them. So I can't wait to show y'all. P.S. They are all high schoolers in this generation, unlike Kanto, who are adults. Alright, that was a long intro, so now let's get on with the video. Starting off with the starter, Typhlosion. His name is Tyler because Typhlosion Tyler, get it? Okay, he's a male obby. Actually, I have a concept sketch of him I did at work. It looks better to be honest, but what can I do? I might lean into it more in the future once I get bored of his design, but for now, this is his look. I wanted to have his jacket look like flames, and yes, another shirtless man, don't judge me. I mean, it makes sense. Typhlosion has a sin-colored chest, so I had to make it look like the Pokemon in some way. I thought the straps on his shoulders would be cool to add, so I don't know, they're there. His color palette consists of the blue and red from the fire. The jacket is like his back fur, so yeah, that's all I could say about the colors. For his young self, Cyndaquil, I designed him to be a little more rebel looking. I did a mixture of Cyndaquil and Quilava, so 2-in-1 baby. I will be doing that for Pokemon who have pre and middle evolutions, so. As a kid, they are very quiet and keep to themselves. They would act very cold, but still follow the masculine type of aspect, like liking pretty girls, only being into sports and that sort of stuff. But secretly, he likes chubby girls. He likes them a lot. Right now, as a teen, he's living his best life. He's got bitches, he's living that dude bro life, but he doesn't like these girls much. Yeah, he sleeps with them, but he doesn't love them. He wants a girl who is plus-sized, a girl who isn't scared to gain weight. He is so rude and feels like he doesn't do anything wrong. He's like a narcissist. He always thinks he's right. Ew. They have a permanent lover though, surprisingly. It's my sister's Meganium, named Acelia. Look at her, she's so cute. They met cause she's a cheerleader, and he's like a hot boy or some that the cheerleaders like, but she's plus-sized, so she doesn't think he likes her, since he dates them pretty thin girls, but if only she knew. She wears a waist trainer. These things, I don't know what to call them. She uses it to look thinner than she is. I don't think that's healthy, but that's what she does. They later date, but he acts distant, and later he sees how she truly is and not one of them cheerleaders, and everything is fine. He becomes nicer and mindful. Character development. I don't really like the design, but these are mainly made for me to draw them and have their designs and colors right. So his jacket being wonk is ignore it. His colors match what I thought it would, so I think his character is good. Characters need their flaws, and he has a big one, so yeah, that's my Typhlosion Tyler. Moving on to my Scizor Solis, and sadly I have no clue why I named him that. I just thought the name could fit with a Scizor, I don't know. He's a male, as you could tell, I hope, so I wanted to make his shirt look like an off-shoulder shirt for his wings, and have a turtleneck on for the black area of the Scizor. Arm braces on the elbows and gloves for the claws. The belts are supposed to represent the belly area of the Scizor, since it kinda looks like stripes there. The shoes were just here and there, honestly, but kinda looks like the Pokemon's feet. His hair is pushed back with a ribbon thing, just cause he doesn't like his hair in his face, but it also looks like the Pokemon's head. For his kid self, I tried to go in an adventurous kid route since I got him in the Safari Zone. So he has his cute adventurous looking outfit on to have fun and pretend to be the ninja he wanted to be, but couldn't. He pulled his hair back even as a kid, motherfucker looking like Keishin from Haikyuu. As a child, he was taken by his mother away from his ninja inheritance to live a normal life, also leaving his brother behind, which is my sister Scyther, Kane, if you remember from the Generation 1 video. Surprisingly, his brother is the oldest despite him being a Scizor, but Kane is a Generation 1 Pokemon and an adult while Solis is in high school, so it makes sense. Also a Gen 2 Pokemon, which is younger in generations. You get what I mean. As a teenager in high school, he is very extroverted and can make friends easily. He's even friends with Tyler, occasionally feeling bad for the girls he is with. The poor girls. He wishes he could have been with his older brother more. He actually misses him and who he was. They have a lover, just like everyone else in this damn universe. Don't judge me. His lover is my sister's Blossom, Ray. Sadly, their lover isn't really fully developed. My bad. But all I know for now is that he met Ray by Tyler, who introduced Ray to Solis to get along or something. And since Solis isn't a stuck-up man like Tyler was, he got along with Solis easily. Solis protecting Ray when he needs it. I will have their story developed when I do the video about their lovers, but that's when I'm done with all of their designs, so yeah. Anyways, I like how I did his pose. He looks so snarky. Also, I hate how I drew his kid self. It looks really, not as good, but it's decent enough to pass. But that's my Scizor Solis for you. This is my Umbreon Seth. Same as the Scizor, I thought his name sounded cool. Sadly, there's no meaning behind it. He's a male. This whole region has males, surprisingly. There's like no female. Like, at all. I wanted to make him dark skinned because I thought it would be perfect for him. I wanted to make his dreads have accessories on them so it looked like the Umbreon's gold markings, and it was just perfect. Then I wanted him to have hoops and bracelets for the gold rings that Umbreon has, and throw on some cool outfit I thought of, and there's my boy. For the Eevee, God, it sucks. I'm sorry. I did the worst job on him, dear lord, but I tried making his hair textured, but I'm not very good at textured hair. I tried my best, I promise. I did it dyed at the ends like the Eevee's ears and gave him a sweater. Also earrings like the Eevee's ears too. As a child, he vibin'. He has nothing special going on until I could think of something to add or to change his backstory in some way. For his teen years, he is best friends with my sister's Houndoom, Axel, until they got into an argument over Seth getting a girlfriend, since Axel liked him. Seth also liked him but lost feelings after seeing how close Axel and Gene, my Girafarig, who you will see soon, have gotten, and they parted ways for a while. Later on they became friends again, but before all of this, he was a troublemaker with Axel. Would get into illegal places, abandon buildings, into clubs without permission, drink, smoke, all the teen stuff that you weren't supposed to do, just to have fun with Axel and lose himself with his best friend. Of course that all ended because Seth couldn't communicate his feelings for another person. The girlfriend he got that made him lose his best friend is my sister's Espeon, Rakshata. He met her by wandering around and bumping into her. She saw him and thought he was cool, so she told him she liked his look. He talked to her about his interest, and so did she, and they got along and started dating. I know, very simple, but what else can I add without spoiling anything too much? Anyways, that is my Umbreon Seth. I hate how I did his child self, but bear with him, please. I really tried. Also, something about the pants bugs me, but we're just gonna ignore that, so yeah. Now for my Politoed Gale. Gale sounded like a frog name, or the name you'd give a frog, so that's gonna be his name, Gale. He is a male, so for his look, I made his outfit so complex. Frog pins and symbols here and there. Also added his swirlies on his jacket. I added leg warmers for the cuteness of the fit, and let his shoelaces be loose so it looks chaotic. Small messenger bag full of pins, and a frog keychain because that's so cute. His hair being green and blue because of the cowlick of the Pokemon, and piercings on his cheek to symbolize his pink cheeks on the Pokemon. Also pink eyeshadow and pins in his hair for the same reason, the pink cheeks on the Pokemon. For his child look, I made him have a yellow raincoat because yellow goes with blue, complementary colors, and blue because Poliwag. Also, he has band-aids on his neck because of daddy issues. Yikes. Gale sadly had an abusive father who got arrested once Gale turned 10. He lived alone with his depressed single mother after that. In high school, he just has fun. Who does pranks to just fuck around with people that he finds annoying? He hates his blue hair tip because it reminds him of his father's hair color. I don't have much of his story built besides he has some bully-like rivals, but you'll see those characters in the extras videos for this generation. He is very loud and considered annoying for being silly, but he could be chill when he wants to. He has a lover, surprisingly. It is my sister's Crobat, named Stas. How they met is when he tried making pranks on him, but Stas is a ninja, so it never really worked on him. That's all I got, sadly, on them, so. He turned out cuter than I thought. I thought he would look bad, but I love the outfit. His colors are too green, in my opinion, but I mean, what else can you do with a Politoed? Anyways, that's my boy Gale. Next is my Girafarig Gene. And oh my god, I have a lot of art of Gene, my baby. I absolutely love him. I already did so much art of him, traditional art, sketches, a playlist, and even an animation my sister and I did together. She animated Axel, Gene's love interest, that you'll hear about soon. So yeah, he's very loved. Actually, I made a first design of him that's not so different from this one, but was gonna be in this video, as well as his child self, who was gonna be in a separate rough sheet, but I decided to redraw it in my newer style, so this new one is what you get. I named my Girafarig Gene because, well, I'm not sure why I named him that, but my younger self wanted a Girafarig in my team because cute, so I stuck with the name because it's cute. Gene is a male, though I made his face much softer than a male's. For Girafarig's tail, I wanted to make an entity sort of thing, like Venom having its own thoughts and feelings, like Girafarig's Pokedex, where it talks about how his tail has a mind of its own. I named him Senko. Whenever he isn't outside doing his thing, it resides in Gene's back, as a back spine tattoo looking thing, until he feels like coming out or taking over. I decided in making his hair the way it is because I was referencing Jacko from Guilty Gear, because she has an alternative color where her hair switches, and I thought that was a cool concept, so I added that for when Senko took over. Also, how her hair is dark at the bottom and light at the top. I made the antennas on Girafarig his earrings and his jacket strings. Also the spots to be his beauty marks on his neck and his jacket markings. His pants, same color as the Girafarig's hind legs, and the spot designs on his pants. His child self has some scars bandaged up, but gets healed by Senko when he gets older. His number on his thigh are the Pokemon's Pokedex number, fun fact, but they also disappear as he gets older because he rips off his flesh and Senko heals it again. His hair color was the color of his mother's, which I'll show her in another video, but changes to dark brown as a teen because, again, Senko. For his story, I made it pretty dark for a Girafarig, oh my god, but when he was a child, he was experimented on. I know, original OC lore, by his mother, who was the head of the scientist lab. When she was a teen, she was obsessed with this entity named Senko and vowed to make him join this very world. So she worked hard and steady to do just that. And she used her child as the host, so all his life, Gene was used and experimented on till the experiment was successful. Now he lives with his mother outside of the lab and going to school. His mother never refers him by his name, but by the name Senko, signifying she only acknowledges Senko and Gene is non-existent to her, besides being a host. As a teen in school, he was bullied for being a quote-unquote freak, and spent his middle school and freshman years alone until he met his lover. Their lover is my sister's Houndoom, Axel. All I could say about their love story is that Axel is those bad boy type of guys who gets paired up with the nerd on a project. Gene is made to do the project, but Axel talks to him occasionally. Finally getting someone to talk to him, he gets attached to Axel and the relationship is very toxic, until an event happens that makes Axel change completely. So sorry for the huge info dump, but he's the only one that I have fully developed. As you could tell, I feel like Gene is too kind for any human being. He's very forgiving, and that's what makes people use him or just be mean to him and abusive, so I feel for him. That's my baby boy, Gene. I love his design, one of my favorites. I like his hair the most, and a lot of people also like his design the most, so he makes me want to hug him. Last but not least is my Donphan Nakoa. Nakoa means warrior in Hawaii. I hope I'm saying it right. Also, it's a strong name, so that's why I picked it. He is a male. For his design, I wanted to make his earrings look like a Donphan's ears. The band-aids are for the Donphan's bumpy looking areas on its snout. Necklace is obviously the tusks, and his rings are the nails on the Donphan. His clothing was on a whim, Adam Sandler type of fit. I don't know. Just made him look lazy, and I like it. Made boy Buffy for them ladies. JK. It's cause Donphan is like a big Pokemon. For the Vampy, I just decided to give him a short ponytail and some band-aids and earrings. Oh, also his shirt has a knot on it at the bottom that looks like the Vampy's ears, so. As a child, he was very playful and energetic, but now as a teen, he's like them high school boys who don't care about school much. I think he's in the football team or something, I don't know. I didn't develop his story fully, sadly. He's very impatient and a macho-like character. Their lover is my sister's Ampharos, Tricity. He met Tricity because she was a studious girl with good grades. Didn't have much friends either. So he was like, perfect, she could teach me how to pass this test, and the story goes on from there. Again, another story for another day. And that is my Donphan Nakoa. Not much, but I'm sorry, I didn't really have a lot of information to tell about him. I think his body shape is okay, but I feel like I made him a little too simple, or not look like too much of a macho man like I wanted him to. Especially with the earrings, since those type of men don't wear them, but whatever, we make it a thing here. Thank you for watching. I absolutely love how I did these designs, better than Kanto in my opinion. I think I'm being biased at this point, but these are my favorites compared to my other designs. Maybe that'll change in the future when I do the other designs. I don't know. Obviously, I did more content of Gene other than any other person, but I mean, who doesn't love Gene? Gene is perfect to me. I love him. I absolutely love his design, his character, his story is just, it's so good. Anyways, like the video and subscribe for more, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.